It's Marcus. I am in my jungle room again. I am totally pumped, thrilled, excited because I'm talking to a dear, incredible mate. I've seen him perform all around Australia many times over. We've had a couple of interviews now as well. Please, everyone, welcome Joe Camilleri. Joe, hey, how are you?
I'm good, Marcus. It's a pleasure to be with you again. Pleasure.
Ah, love it. We always have such a good chat. You know what I'm really thrilled about today, though, is that, I mean, I love my plants, but can
Yeah.
we show everyone what's in your back seat?
Okay. Well, this is what I've traveled 60K to go and find
That is
all these
awesome.
beautiful things. I've got azaleas.
There's
I've got
lavender.
daisies of all sorts,
Yeah.
and it's a nice day here. And so when I say it's a nice day, um, as soon as I said that, it started getting overcast. But and that's my job today.
Yep. Okay.
In between all the other things I do, I just love, if I practice a little bit or I'm working on a song, yeah, I just take 20, 30 minutes off, just go around looking at um, uh, what I need to do, mainly weeding, which is kind of can be, there's a struggle with that. And all the elms are coming out and they're shooting, they're shooting their roots out, to sort of create another one. And you got to somehow pull them out, and they're kind of they don't like it.
It's a
They don't
constant
like
struggle,
it.
gardening, right? It's a constant struggle, but we wouldn't
It
have it
is.
any other way. Hey,
No,
Joe,
no.
massive congratulations, first of all, because on Friday, just gone, the 24th of
Yeah.
October, you brought out a double album called the Quintessential Black Sorrows,
Yeah.
with a brand new single, which is the lead track from it, For
Yeah.
Your Love, which I just love. I mean, that song is
Oh,
brilliant.
thanks for that.
And it's been received
Thanks.
really well all around Australia. Are you
Mhm.
excited to get this new body of work out?
Yeah, this is our third release for the year. Actually, we've had the way we do business this time last year, October, and then the live at the Shangri-La, and this one. The really nice thing about this is it's kind of like, I think I should have called it, instead of the quintessential, I think it should have called it Old Friends and New Companions, because there's there's all the songs that we're famous for,
Yeah.
but there's all these other songs that maybe people missed in, during their shopping for daisies and things like that. And so all of that comes into play. And I just thought there was an opportunity there when the ABC offered this best of concept. I said, if I can curate it, then I can give people an idea um, that we're not just a heritage act. We're always moving forward, and we've always got something new to say, and that's what a band should be.
Oh, 100%. I saw you guys, the Black Sorrows perform at the Gov. I think it was about a year
Mhm.
and a half ago now,
Yeah.
maybe a year ago. But there's nothing about the Black Sorrows is about nostalgia. It's very current. The bands are just on point all the way through. And
Oh, thanks.
what I really admired about that particular night that I saw you was the age demographic was so
Oh,
diverse. There were young kids, the older, mature folk, and it was all kinds that are totally still digging your music and appreciating it, maybe sometimes for the first time. So credit to
well,
you.
oh, thank you. And that's the way it should be if you can make it happen.
Yeah.
I think you got to keep going forward. It doesn't matter if you fail. They're just, on any level, you want the songs that you have. Excuse me, Marcus. The songs that you're writing to have a life, and you want to represent that. That's the badge you carry,
Mm.
regardless of what the name of the band is. It's all about those things, and and you take that forward. So I really appreciated that. It was a wonderful gig that night. I remember it, and it's a great place to play because it's kind of panoramic in a way.
Yeah.
When you're looking out, you can concentrate around the room, and we do things. I guess because I don't have a song list, we can jump into something that 50 years old from the JoJo Zep days or something like that, and there are people that was part of their youth. They appreciate that,
And
and I'm happy to do that. It's not about me anymore when you're playing. It's never about the band. It's about the audience. We're the facilitators, and I barely ever say that word, but we are the facilitators.
well, you do. Well, you know what? It is about you. It is about the band. It's about the audience as well. I think the whole ensemble in that room come together and
Yeah.
experience the love of music. Hey, another one that I love you doing that you did on that particular night as well. In fact, I think it was one of the encores was the cover of Bob Marley and the Wailers song
All
"Stir."
right.
Just
Stir it up.
you nail
Yeah.
that. It's like just a killer. Uh, hey, but with the album, you've already mentioned this, and it's something I was going to touch on is the fact that you curated this double album, the Quintessential Black Sorrows. When you're curating this kind of work that you've done decades of
Yeah.
incredible music, how do you choose the songs that you want to personally have on that album? What always rates for you?
Well, it's always tricky. It's never the best song you've written. It can be, of course. Of course, it can be. But sometimes the way I really like looking at things is that when you put the needle on the groove, you don't want to get up until that side is finished. So they're going to like each other, and if they can play out like that, then that's what you call a seamless record.
Yeah.
And I'm always trying to achieve that. You know, uh, Probably never have, and probably never will. But that, but but that is my goal. And so I think, oh, okay, we've written and recorded 350 songs or something, me and Nick and the band in some form. Maybe that's a few too many. Maybe I'm including the Falcons there, but I know we've written about 400 songs. So anyway, I digress. The the way I see it, you get a short list, and then you have to make it shorter. And so eventually you're dealing with 30 songs. You know that you can only get 20, 22 songs, maybe if you're lucky, depending on the length of the songs. And it's about the subject matter, and it's also, to me, it's about whether it's cinematic enough that can catapult you somewhere else as well.
Yeah, nah, get you. For Your Love, like we've already touched on, is a brand new song. Are there any other new songs on the albums?
No, not on that, not on the Quintessential,
Yeah.
but we've been writing madly. We've got quite a few songs that we're just about ready to think about recording. Um,
Holy moly,
we Sorry.
I said, holy moly, you just don't stop.
Well, there's a time for it, right? There's
Yeah.
a time for everything that everyone does. Sometimes it's gardening, sometimes it's practicing, sometimes it's writing a song, sometimes you've got the song, but you haven't got the intro, you haven't got the chorus. Sometimes you've got the chorus, sometimes you just need to sort of walk away from it.
Yep.
I've demoed at home something like 14 songs that have pretty much ready to roll. A couple of them need just a little tender love, and then away we go. But that's just kind of the way I work. I get up and I need to do something. I don't have a plan. The piano's always looking at me saying, "Are you going to do anything, you idiot? You're going to do something today? Are you going to do something today?" And I'm saying, don't go to the record, don't play a record, just sit on the piano, or I'll pick up the guitar. I do like practicing the saxophone. Um, Purely, I love playing the sax, but I like the idea of it helps me get fit, which getting gig fit is really important. So you need to get those lungs, in good shape.
Hey, you've touched on obviously that you played, various instruments. Is there a particular
Mm.
instrument that you feel more connected with than the others?
Well, I'm pretty much a saxophone, I think. I think that's kind of an extension of what I try to do as a vocalist.
Yeah,
As a vocalist, I can sort of move around a little bit, and take a few liberties, and I can have fun with that. But there is a restraint, and it's called the song, and you got to serve the song. It's pointless to sort of become too avant-garde with the song.
yeah,
But if you get an opportunity to play, then you can move a few things, and you can get the soulfulness out of something, again with some other instrument, another instrument, whether it's the guitar if Claude's playing, or James if he's playing.
mm,
And they're the top end of the of town, and they're great players, and Mark's a great player, and Tony. So I just have to feather on top. I've just got to, and they know when I'm struggling, Marcus, because the solos go for too long, and then at the end they say, I say to James, couldn't find it, and he says, I know, you know. You've played an extra 5 minutes. Why couldn't you just take the horn out of your mouth, you idiot?
I love it. Calling it. Hey, your music is best consumed old school format, well, either
Yeah.
live or old school
Well,
format on a record player, a bit of vinyl. The Quintessential Black Sorrows, is that coming out on vinyl?
yeah, it's out on vinyl, two
Awesome.
CDs,
Yep.
and a double album, which is beautiful, and it's nicely embroidered. It's got really nice things in it, in the covers and stuff. And um, I'm glad that it's on CD, because I think the CD format, Marcus, I think is coming back. I think it's the best way to hear music on in some ways.
Yep.
We're so used to the Spotify's and the Apple
I
Play and all that kind
know.
of stuff, but the quality is really low.
Yep.
And I think people have sort of had enough of that, and they want to hear it how the band
Totally.
wants you to hear it. And I think that's coming back. There's this beautiful romantic thing about vinyl. I think it's, as I said earlier, it's discovering not necessarily the couple of songs that you might have heard on an album that you purchase, but you get a sense of knowing where they're going to go from there.
Yeah.
You say track 4, side 2. That's a different, something's going on, or track 3, side 1. That's the best track on the album. And you have that, and when the only way of looking at music, with buying music, was vinyl, we used to think in those terms. What was the best song on the record, not necessarily the hit song, even though that would have been up there. There might have been a way of sort of getting to understand the band in a different light.
Oh gosh, yeah, I hear you. Well, I can't wait to get it on vinyl. I love playing old school way, definitely.
Yeah,
Uh, hey, something we haven't touched on yet, my friend, is the fact that, like I said, you're a busy man. It's because you're doing the Quintessential Best of tour at the moment as well. It kicked off
yeah,
5th of September in the Blue Mountains, New South Wales,
yeah,
and it's wrapping up on the 15th of February right here in Adelaide at Her Majesty's Theatre. Big,
yeah.
massive. How's the tour going so far?
Oh, it's going great. We're selling out most venues, and what's really nice is that the audience are coming for a different experience.
Yeah.
They're sitting down. I get to tell a few stories. I get them when I'm talking too much to say, "Land the plane, Joey. Land the plane, Joey." So I've got them working on. I'm trying to get as many songs in as I possibly can.
Yeah.
I like the idea of of the footprint of every musician that's played in the band. I kind of want to respect that. Yeah, I'm just doing things that are joyous and trying to take the audience with me, and which is a beautiful thing. I love that theatre. The last time I played Her Majesty's was with Rock Quiz. I was on that show,
Yep.
and I loved every minute of it. And I'm just hoping that people will appreciate it and turn up, and we can surf the wave together.
And well, I will be there, my friends. I will be there. Hey, I caught you last at an incredible gig at Hindley Street Music Hall in
Yeah,
Hindley Street in the city, playing the fabulous Caprettos with
yeah,
Wendy Matthews, Dave
yeah.
Gleason, the Screaming Jets,
Great.
Sons. I mean, the lineup for that was huge.
Yeah,
How is it playing with that kind of group of people?
well, it was kind of weird at the start. When I'm saying we're sort of, you get together, they know each other pretty well. And I was taking Russell Morris's spot because he's decided to, hang up his rock and roll shoes for a little while. I reckon he'll be back in 6 months. You can only catch enough fish. I
Yeah,
don't know. Call me old fashioned, but and playing with Jack was great, and then having to find something that's sensible inside the music that's being played, uh, being respectful. It's so uh, we went through all the songs at rehearsals. So, well, I can maybe play guitar on this one, or I can just jump out. I'll go and sit down and have a soda water. I'll come back. Jack will call me up, and I'll play a solo on his thing, and uh, and Dave, I'm doing something on uh, with David, and it sort of kind of it just went around, like and Ray. I mean, what a wonderful
oh,
musician
Ray
these
as well.
people are.
I didn't even mention Ray.
Yeah. Now, so you just have to you want to fit in a beautiful way. It's pointless to feel um, if it's not needed. That's the great, leave it out. That's the joy of all that. And as we got further into that tour, we did a month of that. And as we got further in, we got to know each other a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, of course, there's a lot of banter, and I'm unbridled. So, unfortunately, I'm always, I'm always trying to mess up a few things accidentally or on purpose, just so to take the edge off. How I said earlier that I don't have a song list. You got to have a song list for that show
Yep.
because you got to hit your mark, and so I got to do something.
Yeah.
I got to
Check it
do
out.
something mess it up a bit. So look, but I got to know people in another way, because sometimes you think, songs are good. I don't know what they're like, man. And then you get to know them a little bit. And once you get the insight, all of a sudden the songs change too. You understand the reason why that song exists in a way. So there's, there's a lot for me to learn, and I learned a lot.
It was a top night of music with incredible Australian artists. The
Yeah.
next big night of music that I'm looking forward to is the Quintessential Best of tour when it hits Adelaide. Like I said, everyone, on the 15th of February. It's not far away, let's be honest. Um,
No, it's not fun.
I want to say congratulations, Joe Camilleri, on the new double album. Cannot wait to pick up my vinyl copy of that one. And I look forward to seeing you on tour. Joe,
Okay.
thank you for your time. I love our conversations. It's not the last one.
Uh,
There'll be many more.
it will-
And
yeah.
I will see you on stage at Her Majesty's Theatre. See you, my friend.
See you, brother. You're a good soul. Love
Take
doing
care.
it.
Back to your gardening.
Okay.